And it looks like we are live. By the way, phasing out the intro. Intro is basically in the description. I always muck up the words, so legendary, and let's make sure. There we go. Let's figure out what we're going to do today. Today is pretty easy because what I want to do today is do some College of Winterhold quests. Now that I have the enchanted armor that has absurd amounts of magic resist, should be pretty good to fight some mages. Plus, I want to get the oh, what's that spell called? Detect life. Level up alteration. Ooh, muffle. Now, the next quest, I always forget, because Fallout 4 you have to drag it, but in this game, just do this. Why? Yeah, Felgo Keep. Well, there's no boat or caravan away from Winterhold, so I'm just gonna have to leg it anyway. Now that I have the muffle spell, at least while I'm, just walking places, something to do, progress to be made. Multitasking. I don't know why you run faster without it up, but marginally. I don't know if there's very much of a difference, honestly. As it is, I probably should have my sword out, just in case I run into something that wants me dead. But, I don't know, we've already, walked through this area multiple times in the last few playthroughs, so, I mean, I keep saying playthrough, but I don't think that's correct. Stream. Because playthrough implies that you've played the game through. Which I hope I get around to doing. But you never quite know. There's 2 frost trolls this time. Hopefully I'll be able to take one down, and then the next one we can just handle after that. Or I can take that one down a peg as well. Because he's deciding to bounce up and down as opposed to running forward. Bouncing up and down, not a proven survival strategy. More frost trolls. Great, I could use the levels. Honestly, I don't need to zoom in. Let's be real here. You'll notice I'm always loading an arrow after the what is probably the last one, especially on frost trolls. That's important because they have a very high regen, so I do want to have one at the ready when the lethal one connects. That way if I need to fire it off, I mean, this bow draws pretty slowly. I'd rather be able to just send the next one down instead of just expecting the next one to it's better to have one at the ready rather than just expecting that's going to be the last shot and not being ready to make another one. Because in the event I got jumped by something, maybe like another frost troll, I'd have to draw my sword and shield. You always have to think of, you know, what would happen if... And honestly, actually, it's not very good to brainstorm what would happen if. I mean, as a survivalist, you tend to be very good at that. You tend to think about that stuff a lot. But it can be very hard to think up every single scenario. So instead, you can think that and then act in a way that says, okay, how do I ensure that this won't be a problem? Speaking of problems, actually, oops, can't do that. Oh, he's flying. I don't need to loot that. I'll start muffling again once I'm out of the glacial area, which I'm practically out of at this point. I do tend to want to keep a mana reserve for healing, if I can afford it. I also might want to start Dawn Guard for one very specific reason. I don't plan to do what's that called? I don't plan to invest into destruction, but I am going to have be heavily invested into the restoration tree, and also have armor that reduces restoration cost, because, you know, free heals. You don't have to, if your healing spells cost nothing, that's amazing. You don't have to worry about mana, you can use it for other things. Saying mana, I mean magicka. Basically the same thing. So given that I'm going to have 100% cost reduction for restoration, I might as well pick up the Sunfire and Vampire's Bane spells that are basically a fireball spell that works off of restoration and only works against undead. Also really good for the vampire encounters in cities because it only harms the undead. You can just, you know, hose an area, and it only harms the vampires and doesn't touch the civilians. Which is very useful in this game, where if you have a single stray shot, the entire 10 will try to kill you. You can also just transmute, especially if I run into I'm probably not going to run into any areas with smelters, but it's best to get it out of the way. Now that I'm done with smithing, I can just turn everything to gold. Just have, you know, either sell those, turn them into rings for enchanting, or stack them in my basement. I haven't decided quite which yet. I hear people talking. Now it's them.
I don't have time for this foolishness. Now come along quietly and we won't have to get far.
I'll just follow the road. Roads often have a lot of ore veins on them for whatever reason. You know, you think a well-traveled area would be picked clean of valuable deposits of metal. How to fail at delivery at the last second. I would expect any roads, you know, well-traveled areas to be picked fairly clean of, I mean, iron's one thing, but gold, silver, quicksilver, come on. Like, these would be picked clean on a road. Especially, these roads are like thousands of years old or whatever. Nah. You're not going to find mineral deposits. Except maybe iron. But typically, if you're finding mineral deposits of iron, it's because you're walking through a mine area. And then all the rocks are basically iron. You just might get extra good deposits. Iron tends to be fairly prolific where it is found. I'd say this is an opportunity to look at, take a slightly different path. Because, you know, you might find some interesting stuff. Can't always go down the same roads. There's interesting stuff, see? Grayed out locations. Gotta figure out what's there. I really should never have my bow out. It should always be sword and shield, and then I decide if I want to make a shot with the bow. There's no situation where I would need the bow. I want to be careful with my language here. It's far more likely that I will need my sword and shield very quickly than that I will need my bow very quickly. Typically, if I'm making a shot with the bow, I'm making it very deliberately. Like here. I don't need the pelts anymore. They're just gonna weigh me down. What's this? Crowded Grove. Oh, great. Hey! F off. Wait a minute. I have action. I can just fast healing this. Thanks for the mana. Wonder what your soul size is. Did I hit that or miss? I guess we'll find out. Hit it. Yeah, I don't need the bear. Trophies.
We're one of the same kind, you and I.
Gotta make the house look
That is
homey.
what you wish.
How do you know how you make your house look cozy and homey? By putting a bunch of terrifying bear faces in it. They stare down at you when you sleep. I seriously don't understand why people do that, but I mean, hey, I can see the appeal of like a trophy room like they have, but just a bear head staring down at you as you sleep. Pile of clothes practically looks like a monster late at night. Like deer, I get that. That's plenty, but bear head? I can get it like in a separate room, but these people putting it in their bedrooms.
What the?
Wonder what's in this cave. Didn't look it up. Sup? Hello there. Goodbye, bear. Have a nice trip. Interesting targeting. Come to think of it. I should definitely go to the house and see. Because at the moment, I don't know what I need.
Some evil power is at work in this place.
Wonder where it is. It's not invisibility if you have an outline of leaves? I don't know what that is. Flies probably, actually, based on the sound. I hate it when this happens. They get their armor but don't fall down. Any mineral deposits? Doesn't look like it. I suppose that was the chest, so... Those chests date back to the Merethic era, old Nordic times. You're telling me no one went into this cave
Caves.
and survived
Wonder what's below.
in those thousands of years? It was just guarded by a wolf, a bear, and a decently hard spriggan, but I mean, like, come on. These heroes of old need to up their game. Diberceptin never wandered in here? Okay, so south. Then after that, I say we head to the house, see what decorating there is to do. Not that's imperative, but yeah. Sometimes it's nice not to... You know, you gotta take a break. Can't always be fighting. The Magicka region on the armor is pretty nice. When I did my... Okay, so I did two basically test runs. One wasn't a test run, it was basically me just playing. And I stumbled upon the Paladin build, and my goodness, was it good. And I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. Bandits. That one has a Warhammer, he needs to die. Great. You gonna shoot? Are you sure about that? No, you don't. Don't come up here. Go fight Janassa. I don't trust these Warhammer people. They have perks. Perks, I tell you. More armor perks. That's not okay. Let's top you off. Not particularly. That would probably, like, end my life right there. actually here, there's a treasure chest up there somewhere. Can't remember where, but there is one. And a master lock gate. So yeah, I was there was the run that I shouldn't call it a test run. There was the run that inspired this, where I realized, like, as an end game build, that's the best way to live and survive, because free heals and heavy armor, like, what's not to like? Where was I going with this? Where I completely forgot. That's embarrassing. Well, that build had more, like, rules to it. Like, I wasn't going to do alchemy. Which, honestly, endgame isn't a loss. Because, I mean, you can make healing potions. You can buy some better healing potions. They're called ultimate healing potions, and they'll do 100%, you know, just better healing. Same with the magic potions and the like. They all weigh the same, so I mean... Yeah, I think the treasure chest's up here. Yep. Awesome. But yeah, I can't remember where I was going with that, so whatever. That playthrough was a true paladin. Even did all the paladin things. I sort of still am, you know, goody two shoes. No matter how annoying it is that I have to give back top of the line enchantment to some farmer who's just, or hunter who's just going to pay me 1 gold. I wish there was more variation in the types of trees. Although in stands of pine, it's not entirely unrealistic for it to be all one type of tree, but they should look slightly different. They're obviously the same model, just rotated and flipped. They didn't make enough variations of them, is what I'm saying. Unfortunate. It's also, are these pines even green underneath? Barely. But yeah, honestly, the playthrough that inspired this was actually the first time I think I actually did all of I did the main quest and all the DLC quests. Main quests. I've played this a bunch of times, but I never liked the character enough to just finish everything. A lot of times I do a Thieves Guild quest line through, or Dark Brotherhood quest line through, or the main quest line through. Killed Mirak once or twice. I think that was the only time I ever killed Harkon, because you have to progress the main quest enough to progress the Dawnard quest. And for those to coincide, I had to really like the playthrough, and a lot of times I didn't. The first time I played, you would think, you know, I would get to do all of them. I would have, but that was back before the DLCs, so maybe it might have been after they came out, but we didn't have them at the time. high? Yeah, too high. Surprising. Oh no, a novice mage. Whatever will I do? Yeah, sure. Sup. Alright, time will not be there. But yeah, I liked the playthrough that last time so much that it was like the first time I ever did all 3 in a single playthrough. Main quest, Dawn Guard, and... Oh man, I could have just... Oh well. Does she have one?
If that is what you wish.
Oh, she does not.
Let's go. Yes. If that is what you wish.
It also took me incredibly long to realize I needed to put more points in health than I was putting in health in most of my playthroughs. Because I would turn the difficulty up and a giant would still one-hit me. Or not one-hit me, but it would kill me pretty quickly when I was like level 40 in full, you know, decked out heavy armor capped. And I was like, why? Why is this doing this? Well, because I was an idiot. There's an armor cap, and at that point, your armor is your health points. Your armor acts on your health. So if you don't upgrade your health, your armor can only do so much. Also, I wish more games didn't go with a flat percentage-based system, because it really the actual felt perceived damage taken is not a linear relationship when it's a flat percentage-based system of mitigations.
What is it?
Nothing. Oh, come on. I'll kill him eventually. Give me a second. I'll put the necklace on. Oh wait, I can't anymore. I got to enchant those now.
If that is what you wish.
I can't in combat is what it is.
Lead on.
There's probably more that we'll have to figure out what to deal. Because I gotta ditch these staffs. Like the staff of Mage Light gets sold. Staff of Jarek Galderson just gets put in the chest somewhere. Honestly, just because it's named. I could probably just sell it, honestly. Yeah, I think I'll just probably sell it. There's no point to keeping it around. It's not even a good... I'm never going to use it. I'll take healing and mana. That's fine. Alright, that's a shock rune. Do I have sparks? I do have sparks. Hello. Ascendant. Ew. descended, all right. Oh wait, it's the vampires. Yeah, I'll let them go. Go get him. I'll just let you guys sort it out. 'Cause it's cruel to leave them in there. But I also don't want them to live, because vampires. Paladin and all. Oh well, I'll let them sort it out. Fine, you guys can run along.
Don't get too far ahead.
As long as you help with the prison break, you're free to go.
And what might you need, if that is what you wish?
Oh, I should definitely have this silver ore. And, honestly, ingredients get heavy. I'll just have to remember to grab them.
Lead on then.
Storm Wizard. Get him! Whoa, 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 trap. Can't just rush in, you know? Gotta be careful about that sort of thing. Healing hands in my left hand, fast healing in my right. That works. Hit me! Hit me! Come on. Well? Well, this is an interesting way of fighting, that's for sure. Learn to check your 6, dude. What was that? enjoy that? No, I didn't think so. Learn some respect. I think she's got it handled. Yeah, she's fine. Stay down. I also gotta go get Orthorn, because can't just leave him in a cage, you know? How did you miss that shot? All I can say is thank goodness they don't have the skeleton AI for Minecraft, otherwise I'd be dead. Well, that was an interesting engagement. I don't think I've ever fought that way before. Using Atronach to regen Magicka, healing yourself and the companion. That's a new one.
Oh, you saved me. Thank you so much. Who knows what they'd have done to me if you hadn't come along? I promise I'll help you get out of here. Ah, I see. Well, then I'll just stay behind you a little bit and follow along quietly. Don't you need my help?
No.
Well, if you're sure, I'll just be on my way then. Please, do be careful. And thank you.
You're the reason I have to be here. So just get... I don't need it like a goat. Alright. So I'm pretty sure this is... I don't think it starts immediately. Or does it? I don't think so, no. Nah, this isn't the part with the collar yet. Oh no. I'm toasty. I wouldn't stand there, Janessa. Oh well. Technically, I probably shouldn't be standing here at the moment. I don't need 2 of those. In fact, I don't need any of those. Never gonna use it. Never gonna be a zombie that is worth raising with that spell. Plus, Paladin. Hey. Why can't they just surrender? It's a novice necromancer. I come in with ebony gear. With a companion, are you seriously just gonna throw some cold air at me? Hell, at that point, you don't even attempt to run. Hands up. Let it go. Oh, hey, look, a frosty boy. don't think there's anything in this room. Death bell in a pot. Yeah, that's about it. Anyway. I think there are people here, though. In the side rooms that apparently are very, very sound sleepers. Nobody here. I think that's it. There's always stuff in a room when you don't just meticulously pick it clean, but is it worth getting is the question. Is it worth spending the time just meticulously? That's the third one of these I found in this instance. In my opinion, it's rarely ever worth just meticulously checking. Especially late game. I can understand it early, what you might need. I shouldn't be here. Heh Atronach.
Is someone there?
No. Oh, come on. Aw. Actually, what am I talking about? I don't really want alchemy experience. Alchemy? Thinking one thing, saying the other. I don't want lockpicking experience all that much. Great, grabbed a plate. Succeeding in combat, failing at what comes after. Plenty of lockpicking experience. Just lockpicking stuff that doesn't have keys. Like, see, did I need to spend the time to check that? No, not particularly. That's how you know that there's a boss fight incoming. There's an autosave check there. Let's hope I don't need that potion of ultimate healing, but you never know. Normally I would actually save here, but
you barged into my home and laid waste to my projects. How nice to meet you. So you're just one of Arin's lackeys. That's disappointing. You show real promise. You come here, kill my assistants, disrupt my work. You've annoyed me, so I don't think I'll be giving you anything.
let's see if all these points and levels in speech are worth anything.
Oh, now we're all... I'm afraid I'll allow you the opportunity
Oops.
to turn around, walk out that door. Fine. Take them and be gone. Never return here, or else you'll face my full wrath.
Speech is good for something. It's not the first time that's happened, but close to the first, honestly. No, I gotta go out the front. problem. In reality, it's always best to avoid fights when you can, unless, like, it's fine to initiate fights in my personal opinion. Depending on, it's entirely dependent on who you're fighting. But in this case, like, I was just there for some books. I wasn't specifically there to... I don't even know what this lady's done. Maybe she helped a blind kid or something 2 days prior. It just seems like she ran a bunch of mages. So it doesn't really seem all that... I almost fast traveled there. That's because I was playing Fallout 4 and I was just playing it for fun, so of course I fast traveled. But yeah, unless you specifically want to harm someone, it's always best to avoid fights. You could definitely argue that it's never a good idea to harm someone, but lawful good doesn't always mean lawful nice. Need to get that as a poster. I'm not a big fan of like posters and stuff like that, but if I was to get a poster, that's what it would be. Or at the very least, it's a big contender. Let's just say that. Do we want to level heavy armor? Nah. I'd rather just get over to Whiterun, drop some things off. I think I do need to saw some log. No. If I remember correctly, I stopped at the mill last time, so I should be good on sawing logs. Hit me. Where's Janassa? Perfect. Nowhere nearby. Man, they do decent damage. My goodness. Actually. Oops. Wrong hand. Wait, I can take a few more hits before leveling up. Come on, smack me. Give it all you got. I should also just spam dash. Now we can level up. I wonder what I'll pick. Actually, what's really nice would be respite. Because now watch what I can do. Hit me. Never ends. Should also get Deadly Bash, so this will go quicker. Because now is when I should start leveling up block. You can power attack or bash as long as you have 1 stamina, so you can just touch it basically, and you'll have enough to bash. Definitely a more active way of training, that's for sure. Yeah, let's level up block, why not? I mean, heavy armor is good and all, but so is block. I do end up blocking a large portion of the time. And at this stage of the game, a lot of times, I want to have a fully successful block so that that damage has been mitigated. I don't have to worry about being severely damaged, even while blocking. Or maybe, you know, I take a big hit because I failed to block, I go to block again, and I mean, depending on how high your block is, that successful block might save you, it might not. So now that I have a huge health bar, I can make those, you know, two-shot scenario decisions. I don't always have to be thinking about, well, what if they one-shot me? What if they have the potential damage to one-shot me at some point? Hello. I'm just training with mud crabs at the moment. That was a miss. Hit me. Definitely do need to get Deadly Bash, though. Because I'm not leveling up block enough, just bashing. Which is unfortunate. Am I getting hit by something else there? Slot fish there? I don't think so. We're actually getting a lot of heavy armor stuff from this. There's two problems with that. One, I'm going to have, it's a good suggestion, and I do use it sometimes, but here's the thing with that shield. It's really good against Dragon's Breath attacks, but it's especially for heavy armor builds, or any armor build that doesn't have magic capabilities. Like, I already have very high restoration skill, so if I need to put a ward up just, you know, as a spell, I can. They're very good for mitigating dragon attacks. And my magic resist is already really high, so I mean, it's a good suggestion, and I did consider it, but I think the actual just armor from the ebony shield is a little bit better. Because with... What's my magic resist at? Because my armor's enchanted now, if you missed that. But, yeah, my resist magic is 19 plus 19 plus 19 plus 15. I think it's like 73 or something like that. So it's quite high. I haven't needed to worry about spells very much. And also the other problem with Spellbreaker Shield is okay, so Periite isn't very much a as far as Daedric princes go, it's hard to argue he's bad. Not particularly. But still, you know, paladin playstyle can be a little... That could fall into Daedric shenanigans. Loosely, but it could. I thought about it. If I was going to pick a Daedric artifact to have, it'd be either that or Dawnbreaker, but with the playthrough going as it's going with me enchanting my own gear and smithing my own gear, it's honestly... I mean, as a game mechanic, it's kind of laughable that you can just smith your own gear, you know, 30 times better than some, you know, literal artifact given by a god. But them's the way it works, and I can't complain about that too much. Here's the thing, I really don't like the way Daedric looks. Plus, I was planning on getting Dragonbone soon anyway. I was going to start Dragon Rising the first. I was thinking about that too. I definitely want a Daedric bow. Because Daedric bow has better arrow velocity than the Dragonbone bow. But the thing is, it's so late in the game at this point, like level 44, that if I want Daedric weapons and gear, I can just make them. I need to get the perk point anyway, because I'm going to have a Daedric bow. So, I thought about it. It's a good suggestion. I also thought about doing some more College of Winterhold quests, like the one with Conjuration where you get Dead Thrall, and then the thing where you make the... You essentially get another companion, well, 2 more companions if you're 100 in Conjuration, and they're both Dremora... I'm not going to try to pronounce what it is. It starts with an M. But the problem is the way the perks work. You can't get the highest tier of Dremora. You have to settle for the second highest tier because it doesn't work on enemies that high level. Skyrim was not a well thought out game, honestly. I was also thinking, do you know the, if you read all the, I don't know what they're called, but the things by the throat of the world, if you read all of them, then animals, and for some reason vampires, will just leave you alone even if you attack them. And it lasts quite a long time, if I recall. So I don't know. I was thinking of grabbing that. But I don't know if I would, honestly. It seems like a little bit of a cheap trick. And unfortunately, when it comes to armor and weapons in this game, it doesn't even really matter all that much what you use, whether it's Daedric or Ebony, because what matters is, did you smith it with a bunch of potions? Oh, that's because I'm not using weapons and shouts right now because I'm trying to level up heavy armor and restoration and block, because I want my defensive skills to be higher than they currently are. And it's really risky in a no-death playthrough to try and level things naturally, because you'll level heavy armor really quickly when you're getting clubbed by a giant, but when you get clubbed by a giant, you have like a 50-50 chance of dying, so... Also, as far as shafts are concerned, I haven't done Dragon Rising yet, so... I definitely plan to do that soon, but it's definitely going to be its own... I'm going to basically announce that as a special thing. Finally fighting dragons in a game about dragons. Yes. But yeah, I'm just currently training my restoration skill, my heavy armor skill, my block skill. If I was just fighting these normally, I would take out the sword, whack one, but... I've beaten the game on other playthroughs, just not this one. This is sort of a special playthrough. This isn't even my main, well, for the last few weeks, I suppose, it has been the main Skyrim save I play on. In fact, the only one. Really. Unless I'm testing something. Just need a little bit more so I can get Deadly Bash. Oh. Well, that's a bust. But, well, it always helps to level up. At this stage, at least. But yeah, I've beaten the game before, and on... I don't know if I've beaten it on Legendary, because typically I play for fun, you know? I think I've definitely beaten it on Master, at least. But this was my... I've never done it without dying. Which is what this is. Not allowed to die. Not for the whole game. If you feel like... The difficult part is, it's been so long now that it's almost like you have to take my word for it. Because, I mean, theoretically, you could look back at the catalog and all the replays and say, oh yeah, he didn't die once, but that is a tall order. I certainly wouldn't expect multiple people to do that. I could definitely expect, you know, one person to verify, and of course the people who watch to verify. But I certainly wouldn't expect someone at this stage to just go like, oh yeah, hold on, let me double check. Although, I do suppose you could watch them all at once if you were just checking that I haven't died. You could watch them all on one, you know, split screen or whatever. Just mute it and check the footage. I suppose that would be the way to do it if you were just, you know, checking to make sure that I wasn't lying that I hadn't died yet. Notice I said yet. Surprisingly not yet. I have disconnected, but I actually haven't died to a bug yet. I was surprised I haven't yet, honestly, with, you know, I mean, it is a Bethesda game. If I die to a bug, there's a provision in the rules that says, you know, if it's legitimately an obvious, like if I fall through the floor, then sure, that doesn't count. But I don't know if I've just been careful, because I have been sort of careful. I've been avoiding random pots and pans and large rocks that can insta-kill you for some reason. I haven't fallen through the floor yet. A couple times where it seemed like it might have been close, but yeah, surprisingly, Bethesda game, haven't died from a bug yet. I didn't even know that was possible. It wouldn't count if I did, but I haven't yet, so might not even need that provision. I swear, I thought I've already been here at least once, but I don't know.
Never should have come here.
I always hate it when this happens. Fight back. I feel bad when they run away, because I can't. Here's the thing: if I stop, Janasa's just gonna kill them, and there's no point waiting around. But I definitely don't like it when they're just like screaming on the ground. Just run away or fight back. I don't like just hitting someone while they're on the ground. It seems rude. What's the carry weight out? You should be good. Scratch that. So yeah, there was one time I disconnected. Actually, I don't have the Warrior Stone or the Mage Stone at the moment because I have the Atronach Stone, which is better for survivability. Makes leveling up a little longer, but honestly, we're playing the long game here anyway, so I don't see a point. And I can't fast travel, so I suppose if I really wanted to train, I could go to the Warrior Stone and train on some mud crabs by Lake Ilanalta, which is right nearby, and then just take the carriage to Windhelm and grab the Atronach Stone while I'm there. But that seems like it would take more time, honestly, than it's worth. I mean, the Warrior Stone and Mage Stone only give a 20% skill boost increase. Basically just gives you a well-rested boost for a single type of skill. I don't want to just sleep in a bed. I'm doing that anyway for roleplay purposes. Not even roleplay, just, you know. If I'm playing it like survival, you gotta sleep. So yeah, I have... My active effects are archery on the helmet, one-handed on the boots, and the... What? Why is that double count? Hold on. That shouldn't double count? Yeah, because not allowed to fast travel, because it's supposed to be realistic. I can use the carriages, but no fast travel, because otherwise you could just bounce around to mines and stuff, and it's too easy to just safely start. Honestly, it doesn't make that much of a difference at this point, but early on it would have been too easy to just bounce between areas. There had to be some check on my progress. So yeah, my current... So yeah, not a double count, just counting it as both boots and gloves. So yeah, there's the active effects list. Atronach Stone, increase magicka and absorb 50% of magicka from hostile spells, and absorb those spells. They don't do damage. So yeah, archery on the hat. I don't know why that's counting as both boots, but gloves and boots fortify one-handed and then resist a ton of magic. Yeah, no fast traveling though.
We're one of the same kind, if that is what you wish. Let's go.
If you want to look at all the rules, they're in the description. They should be. If I do my job right. But we will cross that bridge when we come to it. I do not foresee going up there for any other reason than I need to for a quest. And honestly, it's not...
I am waiting for a good death.
Good luck with that. High Hrothgar is going to be a leg every single time. I can probably, once I get the carriage driver at the house, I can probably fast travel to Iverstead, where then I can walk up the steps. But it's going to be a very scenic trip anytime I have to go up there. If it gets late into the playthrough and we have a lot of viewers and it's like late at night or something, and I put it up to a vote, like, alright, this one time can we fast travel to High Hrothgar, then maybe. But other than that, no. Might be able to take the dragon ride up if I have that part of the Dragonborn quest taken care of. That's a thought. Also, I should be transmuting to not waste time. So yeah, no fast travel. Also, I'm not allowed to become a vampire because that counts as dying. I have a horse. The problem with the horse is that, one, the horse moves only marginally faster than foot travel. It's still good, but...
You call yourself a wizard? I challenge you to a duel. I won't take no for an answer.
Don't get too
Never should have come.
Great. I didn't want to fight you at all. Oh, I know a spell. You just don't want me to use it. Oh, hush. So yeah, the problem with a horse is that it's only marginally faster. It can be good if you're just beelining to an area, but two things need to occur to make it faster. First of all, it has to be where you are, so you typically only have it... If you're not fast traveling to a place, it doesn't automatically show up. So unfortunately, a lot of times I have no idea where my horse is, and unless I go with a carriage somewhere, it doesn't teleport to me, which is unfortunate. And second, you know how many times I get stopped by random wolves and stuff? Oh my goodness, it's crazy, dude. It's absolutely insane how often I get stopped by random wolves and have to dismount my horse and fight them, then get back on, then 1 minute later I'm fighting a bear and I have to leave. It's crazy, honestly. I wish they would just leave me alone, but they don't.
A fine day to you, friend. Sure thing. It's yours for... I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
So yeah, I have the horse,
Just let me know.
but what I need to do is I need to get Arvac. I need to do the Dawnguard quest line until I get Arvac, and then I will have a horse at the ready at any time I want. That's what I need to do. Actually, thanks for reminding me that. I forgot about that. 8 hours of sleep, as you should. Man, Arvac would be killer in this playthrough.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Oop.
Time to chat with an old woman. Do your good deeds again.
These fruits and vegetables are disappointing, Carlotta.
Oh, bite it, Nazim. I haven't decided who I want. Honestly, Janassa's a hard contender because she saved my life a bunch of times, and at a certain point, she's going to become obsolete
You're someone who looking to protect
because
yourself?
she just doesn't
or
level
deal
high
some
enough.
damage?
But we'll have to see. I haven't decided yet as to what I'm going to do regarding that.
Don't forget to check inside the shop. And what might you need? But
Oop, wrong thing. Did not mean to do that.
if that is what you wish.
So yeah, Lydia's a contender. Bit of a paladin character, as I said, so maybe not Isolde, because drug dealer. I mean, what we were all thinking it. Maybe
Let's go. Got some good pieces.
Silja's always a good one.
Buy. More inside.
She's nice. Ayla. I haven't done the companions. Probably not Carlotta, because she comes with admirers. They get quite annoying.
I don't claim blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Again, dude. It's in the rules. I have to be paladin. I have to be a goody two shoes. I've already given away, you know, that one radiant encounter where you get accosted by a fugitive who hands you something usually really nice and valuable, and it says like, "Oh, take this and hold on to it. I'll be back for it later." I know it because I've heard it so many times. But I keep having to give the hunter his stuff back, including sometimes, and it was really, really nice. It hurts to remember that. Got anything useful? Come on, come on. Paralyze, paralyze! come on. So yeah, I'm not... Because I might do the first Dark Brotherhood quest. That way I can kill the Dark Brotherhood, because that's a very paladin thing to do, and goody two-shoes. Okay, not necessarily goody two-shoes, that's not in the rules, but, you know... How do you put this? Being a generally upstanding citizen.
Have you met my father? He's a steward up at Dragon's Reach.
And as I said before, lawful good doesn't mean lawful nice, so you can certainly make the argument that Grilla the Kind deserves what she ends up getting. So I think I can justify that, but I don't think I can actually justify doing the full Dark Brotherhood quest line. I don't know why, but I find I never do eclectic playthroughs where I do the Thieves Guild and then the Companion. Like, I don't do all of them. I definitely either pick... I might do all the skills, but I never go with all the guilds.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away. Welcome to war. Take a look.
Yeah, I don't need this. I'm just gonna keep taking up space. I'm gonna have plenty by the end. I haven't done the Civil War quest yet, no. I honestly don't know if I'm going to. Come on. Paralyze. It's not there. Sad.
Good doing business with you.
I might do the Civil War quests. I really don't know at what point. Definitely I'll definitely consider it after the main quest, but probably not before. But I honestly don't know, because I find both sides not... They do have their ups and downs, but their downs are each big enough that I can't find myself enthusiastic to join either side. I typically find myself being Stormcloak most of my playthroughs, but that's not necessarily as any type of bias. Oh, so the reason I want to paralyze on a weapon is because if you set it to either 1 or 2 seconds, it's a 25% chance to paralyze every strike. So if you have it on your sword and you whack someone 4 times, they're going to be stunned for 1 to 2 seconds, which is typically enough time to do 1 to 4 more strikes. So you'll typically run into a situation where if you just keep up with the attacking, you'll just stun locks any enemy that is weak to it, which can be really good for dispatching enemies that would otherwise have the damage output to unalive me. And I do have, I think I have 1 paralyzed potion. I think I have 1 paralyzed potion, or at least 1. Yeah, just the 1. I don't think I've stumbled on any more. But that's for a emergency situation. So yeah, it would be nice to have Paralyze on a weapon. I think my endgame weapon is going to be a Dragonbone sword with Paralyze and Absorb health. And actually, Paralyze is going to be no more than, I suppose, 3 seconds. Because you also have to consider, you know, how much enchantment durability it has. I don't want to have to be refilling my sword constantly. And, I mean, once you can stun lock someone, you only need the 2 to 3 seconds. Because you're going to be constantly reapplying it. What else are you going to hit them with? Your fists? So you're going to constantly be hitting them with that sword, at which point it only needs to be as long as the chance times the amount of times you'll hit in that period of time. Probably even get away with 1 second, because they have to get back up. And also Absorb health, also probably only 10 points at the most, I would think. Because you're going to be hitting them multiple times. What do you need to be healing 100 points for?
You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days?
I actually like two-handed weapons. The problem with two-handed weapons is that they don't get an enchantment modifier. That's the problem with two-handed weapons. If the game was fair, two-handed weapons would have their enchantments doubled. Like, absorb health would be 10 on a sword and 20 on a greatsword. But it's not. So in the end, the sword is always best for enchantments because it swings so much faster that it reapplies enchantments much faster, and the enchantments don't scale based on weapon speed and weapon damage. Like, honestly, they should. Absorb health should absorb something based on the amount of damage you do, not a flat amount. I could argue and gripe for days on how the actual mechanics of this game work and how I would improve it to be more fair and balance different types of weapons. Play styles and how the armor is a flat percent system, which sucks. But I like two-handed weapons aesthetically, just in terms of, you know, unfortunately the way the game works, a single one-handed sword, or even a dagger, honestly, is just better, unfortunately. It's kind of sad, really, but that's just how it is.
Well met.
Might use the Dawnguard Warhammer, though, because free runes. Normally, on a standard playthrough, I wouldn't let it stop me. Like, if I wanted to go a greatsword, then sure, I'll go a greatsword. I actually think the greatswords are aesthetically much better proportioned than the one-handed swords. But on this specific playthrough, because I'm playing to not die and to win on the highest difficulty, I can't be picky about what I go with. And unfortunately, in addition to the enchantment not working as it should, you know, scaling as it should on two-handed weapons, you also lose the enchantment slot of the shield, which is an additional defensive enchantment. It really, they never, there's so many things they just didn't think about when making this game. If you do enchanting yourself, sword and board is just so much better, or dual wielding. Unfortunately, two-handed weapons just fall short if you're enchanting your own gear. If you're not enchanting your own gear, then Volendrung for life, but sadly. I was definitely considering it. That was definitely one of the two. Okay, it was one of the 3 no-death playthroughs I was planning on. But we'll have to see how long this one lasts. Might be a while before I do a no-death Fallout 4. Might be Fallout 5 by the time I finish this. And we know how Bethesda really works to push out their games very quickly. You know what? I don't need to be walking around in Whiterun for this. I can just head to the house. So yeah, No Death Fallout 4 is definitely on the table. I'm debating whether it should be No Death Hardest Difficulty or No Death Survival Mode, because I have gripes with Survival Mode in all games. I find... Nah, that's another topic to get into. Fallout 4 is also a lot harder to not die in, because bullets tend to be more effective at insta-killing you than melee weapons.
I can take you to any of the hold capitals.
Actually, it's not
Where
even
do you want to go?
bullets in that game. I did a playthrough of that a while ago on the channel, but they were just too long, and it wasn't a stream. It was a video that it was edited, and then you had to take my word for it. I didn't like it. Also, this
Climb
song,
and back and we'll
so
be off.
nice. Wind Guide You. Oh, Jeremy Soule, so good.
Ready to go yet?
Really did a good job with the music in this game. So yeah, No Death Fallout 4 definitely on the table. I mean, okay, put it this way. At this point, with how this playthrough has gone, I mean, I'm level 44. I've survived. So if I win this or I die, Fallout 4 is next. That's the next challenge. But the question is how long that's going to take. Also, apologies if the it takes a while for you to type your question, me to see it, me to respond, because have to preserve the latency of the playback. So it does take about, I'd say, a minute maybe for you to type, between you typing your question, me seeing it, and you hearing my response, I'd say is about a minute to a minute and a half. I can't be certain of that, but I'm pretty sure that's roughly the time scale. Oh, they've respawned. Lovely. Great. Have the rocks respawn is the question. I always forget this bow and other high velocity bows shoot high. Oh, come on. He's just trolling me at this point. Oh, come on. There, gotcha. Not only does it shoot high, it shoots really high when it comes to elevations. I'm just gonna start wasting arrows. That's not a good idea. I'll just head up there with the sword.
Go ahead.
Nice miss. How's this for trying? Nice. And with Fallout 4, when I did the what did end up on the channel, but I wasn't happy with afterwards, let's play, I guess you would call it. No Death just doesn't lend itself to Let's Play format, unfortunately. It lends itself to a stream. I'm just going through whatever I got, honestly. Switch to steel. Basically whatever I have the most of when I start to run low. I could smith ebony arrows. I was thinking about that, actually. But I already am 100 in smithing, so I'm probably just going to wait till I have a bunch of either ebony or maybe like dragon bone. Smith those into arrows. Yeah, the problem with Fallout 4 was that people were throwing Molotovs and grenades. One of those strikes you in the head, you dead. Drop all this off. ideally, I would switch my arrows around a lot, depending on what threats I was facing. Like, if I was going into an ancient Nord ruin, ideally, I would expect to be facing fairly hard-hitting opponents. At this stage, I'd be expecting to, run into Death Lords quite often, so I would pick up a fairly decent arrow. Problem is, I never remember to do that, honestly. It just turns into, if I'm shooting at like a vampire that's standing still, then I'd remember, okay, I'm gonna poison the, wait, no, vampires are resistant to poison, but I'm gonna use my good arrows. In that case, it's even better, because, you want all the damage you can. Generally, I like to save the better stuff for when I perceive I'll actually need it.
We're one of the same kind, you and I. If that is what you wish.
Do we need to sell some of her stuff?
Lead on then.
A lot of times I'm just finding, I'm just fighting bandits or something lately. So it's just like, just use the trash arrows. They move around a lot, usually open, so just use the garbage, honestly. My typical workhorses are bouncing between iron arrows, ancient Nord arrows, orcish arrows. Oddly enough, you get a lot of those, and steel arrows. Dwarven arrows sometimes too. Late game, if I remember to make them, I'll have a bunch of what do you call it? The dragon bone or ebony arrows. Let's see, let's decorate the place. I need the saber cat teeth. Have to remember I need to actually keep some of these. Do I need that? I don't think I need that anymore. I don't believe I do. That's my goal. All three main quests, at the very least. I'm probably going to end up doing, more. Definitely going to do the College of Winterhold quest. I'm definitely going to do might as well do Bard's College. I mean, like, what's with that? Probably will do companions as well. I'm not looking to get like 100% completion. If there's a random quest out in the pale, I'm not going to go out of my way to do it. But I definitely do want to at least finish all the main quests, and without dying. Because if I die, it's over. I'm not playing anymore. This save is kaput. Might even just delete it on stream. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if it comes to that. Depends how, in what kind of mood I'm in. Might be the respectful, like, alright, that was a good run, but it's over now. Or I might just tab off. Who knows? I'd like to be a good sport about it. I hope I end up being, but a lot of times you never know. Now there's wolf head. Do I not have? Yeah, I do need to get some wolf pelts and saber cat pelts.
Don't get too far ahead.
I might have them in the other chest. Check them. Definitely need to do Dragon Rising sometime soon so I can get that whirlwind sprint shout. Gotta remember to drop a lot of this stuff off. And also importantly, it's not really a race to win awfully quickly. At this point, it's the 16th stream, and I'm just looking to have fun with it. You know, I'm not looking to do it at any like specific. I'm not looking to do it like very quickly or anything like that. It'll happen when it happens. Definitely do want to space things out. In addition, the no fast traveling also helps with that. Because I don't just want to do the entire main quest within a single stream. That just seems kind of boring. Tusks. It's better to space things out over a long period of time. More fun that way. Oop, wrong way. If I get stuck, okay, so there's, if I am stuck, or actually this has happened before. I was stuck in dialogue once, and I'm allowed to open the console to fix a bug. That's the only thing I'm allowed to do. Luckily, I'm on PC, so I can open the console. Only time I typically reload a save is if there's no other chance. Like, I can't fix the bug through console, or if I crash, which has happened once or twice. Like if I got stuck, I could just do TCL and go through the floor. Just as long as it takes to get to standable ground. I need more iron ingots. At the very least, iron fittings. The one time I got stuck in dialogue, I fixed it by opening the console, clicking the guy doing kill, and then resurrecting him. I think I had to do it twice to actually get it to work well. But I essentially turned an NPC off and on again, so, I mean, hey, it works. I can wait. It's better for me to sleep, but I can't wait spam. Like, I can't do transmute, then T, enter. Like, I can't just... Because you can, like, transmute, then transmute. Oh, no, my mana bar's down. You wait, and then it gets refilled. That I'm not allowed to do. But if I need to just wait for a store to open, like, 1 hour, that's fine. Also, you know, bad practice to wait, 6 hours. Because in reality, you can't just wait outside a store for 6 hours. I mean, you can, but it's very boring after the first 2. At that point, it's better to just, go to the inn or whatever. And also, it puts in the rule that, like, because it's a lot more dangerous to be about at night. Because vampires, gargoyles. So that's a rule for that reason as well. Because if I could just wait 8 hours in the middle of the plains of Whiterun, then that's a little, unreasonable. I definitely come across something that wanted me not alive during that time. It's not completely out of the question in certain circumstances, but not advisable. Not something I do often, at least. It's not forbidden for me to use the wait function, but especially if I'm sitting down, if I find something to sit down, it's only like 1 or 2 hours, then that's fine. I think I've only ever used it like once or twice. Oh, no, or that could be transmuted. And there's the queue. Man, that went by fast. One moment. Might take an intermission break for a second. Not right now, though. I need to... I'll wait till I'm not over encumbered anymore. Fact. Take care of that. Muffle. Since I can't wait spam, I need to take every opportunity to level my skills. If I can multitask, I really should. Carry weight could definitely be pushed a little bit lower. Come on. What can I cough up? What of this do I not need? I'm going to sell that, so... Sell. Alright, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. Have a nice, well, for you, morning, but have a nice morning. With that, I'm going to take a quick intermission. Yeah, mission over. It's always good to just stretch out for a second. It also, honestly, my thumb's hurting a little bit, but all you gotta do there is just switch positions for a second. My because I really don't need, you know, I can do that jump just. I don't know why, but a lot of times you're just very stubborn. Not just. Yeah, I've always found you can be very stubborn with playing video games. It's like something's hurting a little bit. It's fine. It'll get over it. I mean, it's not just video games. I tend to be a very stubborn person about that sort of stuff. You know, even outside, I tend to do that type of stuff. But I mean, it is true that, you know, your body should be able to handle it. But why make it, honestly? Just change the way you do the keyboard, you know. Currently, I'm pressing spacebar with, what do you call that muscle? The base of my thumb, almost where it meets the wrist. That's how I'm currently pressing the spacebar. And honestly, no problem there. Yeah, there's really nothing I need to press. I suppose it's hard for me to strafe D, but no issue there, because I'm currently holding my thumb with sort of tucked into my pointer finger. Not sort of tucked, but I don't know how you describe that without a picture. But like, if something's hurting, just change the way you're holding you're working the keyboard. Especially, you know, I'm just walking about here, leveling illusion, trying to get over to Whiterun. No real point in. Maybe if it goes to combat, then I'll switch to something that I'm used to, that I know where all the keys are by instinct. Maybe, but you know, just walking. What need do I have to be super ready? And honestly, you could make the argument if it wasn't at the detriment of something in real life. But considering that it is, no point. Adjust my chair. Life is good. I definitely need to level block, but the question is, how much? How many perks am I going to toss into that? Because I'd like to put a lot. Because each perk does, you know, a little bit to help me survive, but I'm not sure, you know. I don't need to be that conservative with my perks. Because, honestly, it's not that important on this playthrough, because I'm going to be, you know, I'm not level capping myself. I don't think I want to put so many perks into block that it might be a detriment to me being able to put them into archery or swords or something like that. Swords, one-handed. Now the question is the bed still mine at the tavern? Honestly, not sure about that. I think I'll definitely check. Because I think it goes on a 24-hour basis. Honestly, though, I have no idea.
If you're looking for a challenge, you've come to the right place.
Darn. What time is it then?
Drinks, a few laughs, and a contest. What could be better?
I'm not getting involved in your Daedric shenanigans, Sanguine.
A fine day to you, friend. May you... Sure thing. It's yours. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Wonder how much money I've spent on carriage services and inns.
If you're looking for a challenge, you've come to the right.
Probably a lot, honestly. Get your 8 hours, as you should.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Alright, now off to the College of Winterhold.
What you need. How about propping up the wood for the fire?
And then I guess we'll see. I can't even remember what the quest is after that. Might be able to do that while we got
just
time.
out and about, love. The banner's meant to do without me.
But first, I have stuff to drop off because carry weight.
You're someone who can get blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Come on, paralyze, paralyze. She doesn't have it. Darn. You think, you know, it's level 44, 45 or something. You'd think I'd run into someone who was selling it. But no. Sadly not. Might come to be time to
Don't forget
sell
to check
those at some
inside the
point.
shop if you need anything.
Because full magic resist is better than 60% shock if I have to ditch the top.
Don't get too far
5%
ahead.
systems suck.
Those green apples you sold me the other day were delicious. Aren't they? I always get one side for myself. I just bring them up to the south.
You know what? I'll enchant this as well, because I might as well. Might as well level up things at any chance I get. And, I mean, okay, where is he?
We need
There
to
he is.
convince my brother to do more for the war effort. What would you have me do,
I thought you were already on your way to Bleak Falls Barrow.
Maybe actually soon, I don't know. Actually, I should probably consume that one.
Off to Bleak Falls then. Or with you. The Jarl is not a patient.
just to open his eyes?
Neither am I.
You such a demon
think we definitely
You're the best. Can you be my father?
we definitely want to have Dragon Rising completed once I set up to like I'm set up with enchanting and alchemy to do the enchanting alchemy loop. Not the alchemy resto loop or whatever that is. That's not a thing. I don't even think in the
They say the college
patched
has
game
been
anymore.
snooping around.
But I mean, as far as
Go cast your fancy magic someplace else.
because if I'm going to have enchanting done on an armor set, I might as well put it on a better armor set. So I'm going to have Dragon Rising done by that point. Honestly, I plan to start it pretty soon. Although, I need to put 3 spells.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
So many perk points. Well, so many perks, so little perk points.
Climb and back, and we'll be off. Sun feels good, huh? It's almost getting downright hot now.
It doesn't get downright hot in Skyrim. Oh, wrong way. As we were talking about before, I gotta replace him with Arvak. Sorry, boy, but you're just never there when I need you.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward. I need your help with something private.
New here too, eh? It's good to see another Nord. I feared I'd be the only one. Almost doesn't feel like Skyrim, being so far away from the rest of the world here.
I don't know about you, but with how it's snowing outside, it certainly feels like Skyrim.
Not at all. I consider it a blessing. My family was convinced coming here was a death sentence, or worse. It took years of insisting that this is what I'm meant to do. Yes, but it needs to be kept quiet. I may have entered into an agreement with Enther. He had something I needed, so I traded him something of mine. It was a mistake, and now I want back what I gave him. It's an amulet that belonged to my family. I never should have given it to Enther. But he won't deal with me. Talk to him. See what
I
it'll
will
take to
think
get my
about it.
amulet back.
There's probably a speech check associated with that, and honestly, at some point, I'm just going to level up speech enough that it won't be a problem.
Enchanting service
Believed it important.
are one of the few
Must be
things
powerful.
touch
We
with the
don't
rest
know
of
that.
Skyrim.
We don't even know what
May
it
your
is.
next fight bring you victory, friend. Well, well. And you seem to be in one piece. Thank you. I'll look these over and inform Mirabelle if I find anything relevant. Night of Tears, eh? I remember this one. Well, isn't that interesting? Did you read it yourself?
No.
If I recall it correctly, that has some interesting implications. You should mention that to Toldir. And here. I suppose you've earned these. Until next.
Let's see. Are there any of these that I haven't seen before? Surprisingly, yes. I was not expecting that. Interesting. I also should probably not be reading these at this moment, but I think that's all of them. Unless I missed one. Oh. Catalog weapon enchantments. Wonder what I was gonna pick.
Can you possibly help Jazargo? You are new, yes? Have you mastered the expert level destruction spells yet?
No, not planning on it.
Is it? This is disappointing. Jazargo hoped there might be one who could keep pace with his accomplishments.
Pretty good at stabbing people in the face. And healing myself, but that's about it. Anyway, what did you tell us?
Jazargo has seen that Toftir likes you. You must be very skilled with magic, yes? Jazargo is working hard, but cannot do it alone. Can you help with this? Jazargo has worked hard on learning new spells, trying new things. This will make Jazargo stand out as a mage.
So many of these dialogue lines are completely trashed because of Manslayer's work, and honestly, good job.
This will make learning easier. Jazargo will give you scroll. You tell Jazargo when you are ready. Let's see. This one, I think. It is especially potent against the undead. And Jazargo gives you plenty of these scrolls, so you try them and return when you can say whether they work.
So, good intentions. Where's Toftir?
Jazargo is eager to hear how these scrolls are working.
It's always encouraging. Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery? Is that the one about something buried beneath Sarthot? I'll have to make a point of rereading it. I just can't seem to tear myself away. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've
Indulge away. I'll just lie back a second.
Quite unlike anything we've seen before. Aliad, Rema, Daedric, not even Thalna. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience. But can you feel that?
No.
This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka. And yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Aram is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information soon.
I'm afraid I must intrude. It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go.
Why?
Really? Will allow me to clarify the situation.
Oh, wait, yeah, the
I'd
Sijic
like
monks.
to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Sijic Order here in the com. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants. Technically, that is true, but I still report to the Old Merry Dominion, and I cannot ignore this situation. Don't worry. You can return to your petty squabbles and meaningless research as soon as this matter is resolved.
Oh, you make me upset I can't reload saves. Oh, wait. Archmage's place. Ugh.
Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here, and then he will be removed from college grounds.
Nice teleport.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. It is good to meet you in person. I merely wish to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it.
I haven't been exactly
The
been
energy
glued to
coming
it,
from
so...
has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already
How far
seen.
is that energy reach, dude?
The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes.
I was in Falkreath,
So
man.
I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with. You set this chain of events in motion at Sarthor. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion. Nevertheless, my order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do. As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, the world is not ready for it. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be. Unfortunately, the future is as obscure to us as it is to you. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my order. His perception may be more coherent than ours. He was once a student here at the college. Now he is something different. I am unsure. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
Cool. Alright, I'm out.
Were you about to what is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
You three have fun. Alright, where's Tolfdir? I suppose I'll check somewhere? Maybe you'll send me to Tolfdir.
It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all...
I'll find someone else to help me find Tolfdir.
Until next time.
Feralda. Let me just see if one of these is Tolfdir. I suppose I'll ask like Feralda or something. Hey, Feralda.
Mirabelle is the Augur? Really? I think you'd better go see Mirabelle Irvine.
Can one of you tell me to go to Tolfdir? Because that's the person I need to actually talk to, if I remember correctly.
If you require it, if you would, the summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college.
Well, you apparently know nothing about the Augur.
Yes.
No.
Fight well.
Come on.
You can see. Confound it all! I was quite sure I was invisible, or at least transparent.
Okay, now where's Mirabelle? Second floor, maybe? No. I suppose I can check the other hall and then the library. This place is just honestly... Honestly, if I was being realistic, I'd get rid of the quest markers. I'd be fine without it, especially now, because, you know... Just gotta bounce around till you find the person you're looking for. Oh, hey, Tolfdir.
Oh, well now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time.
Forget Mirabelle Irvine.
My goodness, it's been years since I've spoken with him. I suppose he's still down in the midden, but I haven't checked. Are you going to see him? Do tell him hello for me, won't you? Underneath the college. It's not the nicest place, so if you go down there, please, do be careful. Take care.
Hey, watch it!
You're the one running at me, and I was running at you. That's how this works. Did that even update the quest? I suppose it did, now that the waypoint showing in the mid entrance. I'm in no hurry to do anything. How long has this stream been going on for? 2 hours and change, pretty much. Yeah, that's not non-standard for this. It's pretty typical. Ice Wraith, great. Here's this place. The auger. I can never remember where he is. And the alchemy ingredients are floating, because of course they are. Alright. Hit me. Gotta level things up somehow. Funny thing is it goes off of damage mitigated, so, I mean... Now that I have the better armor, it actually does it quite well. Levels much faster than it used to. But I needed to do the leveling then. Otherwise I wouldn't be here to do the leveling now. Worried because the bones can cause damage, so let's fight you guys up here so that I don't die to a bug. while I'm in this hold, I probably should do that one quest that gives makes healing spells slightly more effective. It's only slight, so I mean, not that important, but. Gotta be close to a heavy armor skill up soon. I feel it coming. Maybe not this one, maybe not the next, but it's coming soon. Don't pound your shield at me. Man, we gotta be close to that heavy armor skill up. I wasn't exactly, correct with it being close, but sort of close, I guess. Wonder where Janassa is. Let's finish up this training. And let's get to actually doing the quest. Where is Janessa, honestly? You know what? Who knows? Who cares? Cool. So, random hand there. Interesting. Honestly, I have no idea what that's for. Obviously for a quest of some sort. Definitely a College Winterhold quest. But I don't think I've ever used that. So, who knows? Let's just meet with, this auger ball of light guy. Nice miss. Man, you two can't catch a break. I think this just leads, yeah, that just leads out to Skyrim, so we just went the wrong way. Which I fully expected. Honestly, I have no idea where this guy is. I don't think I've ever done this quest without rambling around here for at least a little while, trying to figure out where the auger actually is. At this point, I mean, I've done this quest enough times, I should remember, but I don't. Maybe on the way back I'll find Janessa wherever she went.
Your perseverance will only lead to disappointments.
Oh wait, no, he'll let you in. I forget. He lets you in after telling you you can't come in. Ah, yes. Blue.
Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. Those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek.
More blue? Everything here's blue. The orb's blue, this guy's blue, the staff ends up being blue. Alright. Come on.
Unaware they will be his undoing.
Skippable dialogue, that's cool.
Follows his, though you will arrive too late. No, though you may be the last, the one who calls himself Ancano has sought my knowledge as well, through very different questions. Your path differs from most. You are being guided, pushed towards something.
Wish I could push this dialogue a little faster.
One untraveled by many.
Oh well.
It is a path that can save your college.
I just got here, dude.
Tell you what you need to know to follow it further. You and those aiding you wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste.
Cool. Alright. Hope I can find Janessa on the way back. Because I have no idea where she went. She fell down, didn't she? I bet she did. Nah, but then she would be over here. Whatever. Who knows where she is at this point? I'm sure she'll show up at some point. Every single time I trip on one of these, it has a chance of killing me for some reason. Because sometimes it just infinitely stacks. Luckily, it hasn't happened yet. And luckily, I have a provision that if it happens, no way am I getting that chest. That's not happening. Well, that explains the holdup. Janessa was practicing her moonwalking. Good job. You're doing great. And she's still practicing. Okay. Alright. Now, let's go. Interesting bash. Not what I would have gone with, but interesting nonetheless. Wait, how do I get out of here? So it's not through here. The midden is such an awful place. Oh my goodness. I think here. Nope, that's the wrong other way. Oh god. Honestly, this place is a maze without being a maze. Find yourself scurrying around it like one of the 3 blind mice. What's worse is you've been here before. Let's see, do we have the time to do Labyrinthian? We have the time to do Labyrinthian. We're doing Labyrinthian. Do we have the carry weight to carry the dragon bones? Yes, we do. So, we're doing Labyrinthian. So that's what, 3 college questions down?
What you learn here will last
If
you
I
a
live.
lifetime. Several if you're talented. Really? And what might that be? I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a And how do you know of this? Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the staff of Magnus?
Thank you for having short dialogue. And skippable.
Impressed with your initiative. A most impressive attitude. Something as specific and I seem to recall Mirabelle mention. I'm quite pleased with your.
Oh wait,
This
Labyrinthian
once
isn't
proved
next.
invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
I gotta go do the Dwemer Ruin. Why? Also, thank you for being here.
Please don't bother the arch. Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking? I see. I only brought it to his attention a few months. They were apparently under the impression we were keeping it in a closet somewhere. Mages based out of Cyrodiil. My understanding is that all they really do is make I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power. No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were headed.
Can you guys move?
I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's
All right, just
yet. Just Don't
Skip
expect them
this.
to be
Just teleport in. Savosar is whispering in her ear while Ankano just like walks into frame like wide Putin. You couldn't write this stuff. It just works. We have time for Labyrinthian, a literal Nordic ruin named after a labyrinth, but I don't know if we have any time for a Dwemer ruin. I suppose we'll try. I definitely need to comb back through all the replays to see if there are, you know, I definitely need to make a supercut of memeable moments. Could definitely mine these for a lot of supercuts. I might save that for after the series is finished, whether I die or finish the game. That way, if some people are really invested in the Skyrim playthrough, they get a little bit more after it's all finished. And it's not just, you know, rehashed garbage. Or maybe someone else will do that and put it on their channel. Honestly, if you comb through the whole catalog of this just to find memeable moments, more power to you. Honestly, you have my full authorization to monetize those for all I care. If you spent the work, you put those hours in to figure out, to comb through the entire replay of this series, you deserve the right to monetize that. I won't take a cent of that. And now, since we're in Winterhold, I have to walk back to a hold that has carriages. Because why? Dawnstar has boats. Falkreath at least has the courtesy of not having mountains in between it and the other holds. And I mean, Morthal's just like right next to Solitude. Let's be real here. It's like a stone's throw away. Pit stop? Nah. I kind of don't want to do that quest because it's going to pit me without my companion up against some Dremora, which I'm not sure is a good idea in a no-death playthrough on Legendary. That doesn't seem like a wise thing to do. And by the time I'm equipped enough that I think I should be able to handle that, one, it's still not going to be a good idea, and two, I probably won't need it, honestly. The Black Star is only really good for leveling enchanting. By late game, you typically have the Soul Cairn and enough Grand Soul Gems and Mammoths to fill them. So there's really not that much of an issue. Also, I swear I need Arvak, so I need to get to the Soul Cairn soon. So Zolft is Windhelm. That's the hold. So by the time I get there, which would be the carriage I would use, I'm already in the hold. So no carriage today. Also, what did Sabozaran give me? Because I might need to just drop it, honestly. Oh, great. Ah, that's actually not that bad. I might find a use for that, whether it's, you know, transmuting or muffling. Speaking of which, I already killed these guys, so they should be down, but I don't know. Things respawn quite quickly when it's just the outer areas. But it looks like they haven't yet. And now I have anti-magic armor, so they wouldn't give me the scare they gave me last time. So yeah, I need to cross here and then turn east. West. Switch to muffle. Corundum, no point. Honestly, I could probably fall quite a height. Had to be careful, because I think it is pretty cumulative. But I mean, I have 540 health. Probably fall quite the distance. I don't think it's that much of a worry anymore. Was earlier game. Not so much anymore, I don't think. Hey! Did I say you could wear ebony armor? Highly rude. Well, if you're going to be throwing spells at me... I'm totally stealing your stuff. Shock spells deplete magicka. Atronach stone. Well, yes, but actually no. Sweet. I'll be sure to give that to Janassa, at the very least to carry. If I can find her. Actually, if she finds me, I'm not going anywhere fast at this point. Oh, Janassa. I can put on a charmed necklace and then just head over to Windhelm. Drop off, well, sell the stuff and then be done with that. Janassa will meet me at the gate and I can have her sell one of the ebony bows and whatever. She has a lot of random armor and weapons that I slotted her with to sell. Never actually got around to selling. Hopefully the blacksmith will have a paralyze or absorb health weapon, so he can be useful. Please. I just need... It's not even like I need a specific enchantment. I need one of two to enchant my sword. And I cannot find either of them, even shopping around. Ugh. I have no idea how dull horses are, because I have no idea where my horse is at any given time. I need to replace him with Arvak. Like, badly. I really need to replace him with Arvak. It's not even that important on other playthroughs, but on this one, my goodness, it is.
The finest weapons and armor.
Ew, speech level ups. Paralyze? No. I need one specific enchantment.
You and I. I'm glad to have met you.
Nice hat.
If that is what you wish. Lead on then.
Need some metal hammers, the finest weapons and armor.
Grab those. And do I have an ebony ingot? I do not. Perfect. Because then I can smith Janas's bow to be very good. Just waste two, it's fine.
If you meet anyone in your
Yes,
travels,
Sarah? If that is what you wish.
On second thought,
Lead on then.
I'm going to be selling her old
If
bow.
that is what you wish.
Or actually, will I? Nah, the bows and the swords don't have the same sentimental value as the armor did. I'm talking, of course, about my orcish armor. That stuff kept me alive. And it sits in my house for a reason. It will never leave. Actually,
Some are saying the Sijic monks have been seen in Skyrim.
Hermir, the finest weapons and armor.
Need one more ebony ingot, and there's that stuff.
Until next time.
Come and browse my fine selection. Everything's fresh and delicious. Guards are looking for a killer.
Yes, Sarah? If that is what you wish.
Here's a nice bow. Here's a nice axe.
Let's go.
And I still weigh 3 tons. Now let's see here. Because I gotta be able to ditch some of this somehow. I have to before I, go Dwemer ruin diving. Honestly, I can probably start ditching the stamina potions. Because I have 2 potions of ultimate stamina, so I mean, like...
Don't have... Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
You got any real treasures? Like, oh, I don't know, something that has paralyze on it? Nope, no you do not. Disappointing. Ooh. I'll buy those. And sell you. this. Yeah, now I don't need either the stamina or the magicka potions at this point, honestly. I can just ditch them. That too. And anything that's minor, basically up to extreme, I'd say. I could probably keep... Looks good to me. Oh,
Thank
so
you
much
for
better.
your custom.
And since I don't need to level smithing, I say we can go dwarven ruin diving. Do we have the time? How long does this take, anyway? It's approaching on 3 hours. We've got the time. But yeah, we should be fine. I don't think it takes an hour to go through a dwarven ruin. Close, but I don't think it takes a full hour. Plus, we're gonna run into dwarven automatons and Falmer, and Falmer have the worst sneak detection in history. They are absolutely terrible about it. And my sneak skill is fairly high. Solicanir, how's the dirt nap? That's where the one quest is. Maybe someday. All right then. Muffled it is. Honestly, there's so many different perk points I need to put stuff into. It's not even funny. I have 3 I need to put in alteration. Heavy armor needs a few. It's honestly kind of ridiculous. So what's going on here? I have no idea what this is. Anyway. I also do suppose we could end the stream halfway through a big instance if we can find, like, a room to sit in, like a bed. That'll be made of stone, but I think that's fine and fair. I mean, 2 people have one watching, you know, standing guard, the other one sleeps. Rotate. As long as the person guarding doesn't doze off and stays relatively close, should be fine. If we get like halfway through, we need to stop the stream. It's fine. Can always pick up as long as it's not like just midway through, then it's fine. Because if you're like midway through a fight and then you just don't want to go to the next room, that's a bad idea. That's not good. Would like to finish the whole thing though. Better to do it all in one go, you know?
Crystal. Gone. Find Paratus. Inoculary.
Honestly, hate to say this, but I don't know what that's from. Need the key. I wish I did. My guess would be TF2, but no, there's no one English in there. Right? Oh wait, I don't need that. Force of habit. Force of weighing me down habit. And what does this do, might I ask? Cool. Does it restart? It does. Hey, Janessa. That I recognize. I actually don't know what it's from, but I recognize it. Hello. Couldn't be bothered to take out the other weapon.
It is remarkable that so many of these ancient Roman creations still function.
Maybe that's Monty Python and the Holy Grail. If that's Monty Python and the Holy Grail, I didn't get it. Honestly, I would be very sad. I'm very much hoping that it wasn't Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Because if it was, I should definitely have gotten that. Alright, trap trigger. Huh? Is that the way down, or? Have to check that out. Actually, with Son of a Silly Person, that is very Python. So if I said TF2 to that, I don't know, soldier confused me. But that's an L on my part. That is, now that I'm thinking about it, that is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Well, I've disgraced myself. Oh well. At least I got it eventually. Man, if I needed these, I'd be weighed down so much. I think I've gone through one of these completely over-encumbered. Moonstone's nice because eventually you can make elven arrows, which then you get sun-hallowed elven arrows. That's what the moonstone's for. Back. Okay, that's a lot of not damage.
There are those who believe that the entire Roman race will one day return just as suddenly as it vanished.
I do like Janessa's dialogue in Dwemer Ruins. Better than Lydia saying that she's sworn to carry your burdens. Over and over and over again. Hey. I see that. This is definitely upped my awareness. I definitely noticed the traps a lot more. Sometimes I still trigger them because, you know, a lot of times the ones that reset I end up re-triggering. I stop seeing them as a threat, but win some, you lose some. This is a big Dwemer Ruin. I forgot about this. No big deal. You know, if the two of us are together and we're both in melee range, we dismantle stuff really quick. The damage output is quite nice, and they get stun locked pretty hard. So that I like. It's definitely going to be a sad day when if I retire Janessa. She'll definitely either be my wife or my what are those called? Steward of the house. She's definitely earned a cushy job after all of this. Because unfortunately her max level's just not it's not as high as a lot of the other companions, followers, whatever. 90. My goodness. I definitely gotta start Dragon Rising sometime soon. Because it's getting a little, like, come on. 90 in one-handed, you haven't started the Dragon Quest yet. I probably could. I probably could do it, next time. I think that's fair. Whoa. Jesus, how hard you hit him. What's down here? More scrap, more scrap. And a gate.
Be careful.
Sorry. What is that? It's a dwarven sphere? Just... That's weird. Okay, so, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that strategy. Inspecting the floors? It wasn't enough damage, sadly. Let's see, is anything down here? Sure is. I think next episode I definitely need... I could probably level alchemy pretty high next episode, because we've been getting a lot of alchemy ingredients and not really mixing them as of this moment. I swear, Janessa, if you trip those... No, she's fine. She did, but they didn't do anything. Sphere might have done it. Maybe they're not resettable.
Don't get too far ahead.
I would expect if all things, those would be resettable, but who knows? Valmore, it starts. Nice. Although, honestly, that's just gonna get replaced pretty quick. Or just sold. Alright. Next, set of the instance. Do we got time for an intermission? I think we do. Here's a good spot for a breather. Alright, be right back. Let's finish this. Gotta be found soon. They're definitely gonna be just around one of these corners. I suppose this is the first time we've really tested ourselves against Falmer. I suppose we'll have to see how they measure up. We might run into some pretty high level ones, so we will have to see how that ends up going. Crest the top of that, will ya? No point. See? Sneak detection. Awful. Absolutely god awful. You see nothing. Fortunately, Janas's sneak detection, or Janas's sneak isn't as good as mine. Might want to look into... Maybe she's just not high enough level yet, although I have to check her level cap. We might have already reached it, honestly. Of course, give her better gear. Once she has like a dragon bone sword and dagger, she should, and dragon scale armor, she should be good, but we'll have to see how things go.
Need something? If that is what you wish.
Let's give her the circlets, because they weigh quite a bit, actually. And
if that is what you wish.
Here. Perfect.
Lead on then.
All I can say is thank goodness I'm not grabbing the dwarven scrap. Otherwise, there's no hope. I would have been glued to the floor at this point. Like the value and the weight. Just a nice seat, I suppose. Don't worry, I'm not lollygagging. Oh, by the way, someone stole my sweet roll. Just thought I'd report that. Ooh. What? Great, more Charis. More moonstone? Alright, I'll mine it. Always a good idea to take your hands away from the keyboard every once in a while. Stretch them out. Might as well, it's not like it can do anything while the guy's mining. Oh, great. Well, if it's a fight, then. Nah. Too heavy. And honestly, we are on a bit of a time schedule, so I'm not gonna...
The drummer who built this place was sometimes called dwarves, but history records that they were no shorter than humans.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be sure to clear the stuff 100%. I just sort of gotta get what I can without taking too much time, because it's a little late. And you know what? Nice miss. At this point, we don't need every single last item. Especially not in Mizulft. Plenty of loot to go around, just breezing through the place. Ooh. I'll give it a shot. Alright, so we're close. There we go. Might need to give this off to Janassa, although I gave her quite a bunch of stuff, so I'll have to check my own carry weight. I don't like this. Hall feels too open, you know? That is some damage, my goodness. Was not expecting that. Honestly, it wasn't even the force of habit. It wasn't even the first hit, it was the poison, which of course ignores armor. If it lands, it also ignores the magic resist, so I understand why it went through it so quick. Honestly, that's a chunk of health. That's a big chunk, all things considered. What? Okay, that one was on me. Win some, you lose some. Get some, embarrass yourself with others. Oh, leave some for the rest of us. I'm also debating whether I want to go with a crossbow or a Daedric bow. I'm honestly not entirely sure yet. I feel like I could go either way. Whoa! My bad. Well, win some, you lose some. Luckily I have the health and armor to just tank that. So hey, could have been worse. We're close to the end now, aren't we?
What the?
What? poison. Rude. Dude. I know you guys are blind and everything, but you can hear, can't you? Alright, where's your knees? Give me your knees. Turn into a guard. That was right in the thigh. Darn. That improved my aim. You're joking. Well, that's easy. Should always check. So it's just right of center. More moonstone. When I eventually get to the Dawnguard quest where I can make the sun hallowed arrows, I will be able to make very many. Honestly, if I have the equipment, I might make smithing legendary. That's another one that if you have enough stuff lying around, it's not that hard to just brute force another level out of it. Especially you have, like, you know, what, 100, 200 gold ingots lying around in a chest somewhere because you transmuted everything for alteration experience. Or you have a bunch of moonstone lying around, all that sort of stuff. Now, where's the key? It's on one of the Falmer, should be. Usually is. Unless I it's probably all the way. Yeah, I remember it's down here. In this room on an enemy somewhere, which does not appear at the moment.
There are scholars in Cyrodiil who have dedicated their lives to solving the mystery of the Dwemer's disappearance.
So you know what? I have the magic of despair. Why not? There's the key. Now the question is, how on earth did the other guy get in there without the key?
And what might you need? If that is what you wish.
Well, I'm walking slowly. What do you think I need?
Let's go.
I will grab loose dwarven metal ingots because they tend to be, you know, compact. And again, if you do want to redo smithing later in the game, make it legendary for experience. It's good to have a couple dwarven ingots lying around. Honestly, if I was serious about that, I'd also grab the bent dwemer, scrap metal, all that sort of stuff, but there's just too much here as it is.
Gavros, is that you? I'd almost given up hope. Let me get the door. What are you doing here? What have you done with Gavros? And just why would you be doing that? Oh, it doesn't matter now. It's all been for nothing. So congratulations, whoever you are. You found the Synod. It didn't work the first time. I tried to tell Gavros, but he wouldn't listen. Well, I was right, wasn't I? Focused completely wrong by the time we got here. Gavros had to cart it all the way back to Cyrodiil. Left the rest of us here to fend off the death. You found... How in the world?
Convenient, I know.
That's it! I don't know who you are. In fact, who are you? You are. Savos wouldn't even grant us an audience. I don't much like this, I'll tell you. Come on. No matter what Gavros said, this was my idea first. The Council is going to know that when I get back. I was the one who thought of using this oculory. I don't know what the dwarves called it. Something unpronounceable, I'm sure. From all our research, it seems they were intent on discerning the nature of the
It is
divine.
remarkable that so many
This
of these
machine,
ancient Dwemer
all of it,
creations
was
still
designed to collect starlight. And then, I'm not sure, split it somehow? It was my idea to replace one of the key elements with our focusing crystal. Months of enchantments went into it.
All right.
Let's just hope they got it right.
quite a sight.
Let's just head up here. Come on. Come up the steps. Not steps, ramp. Ramp. Come up the ramp.
Here it is. Magnificent, isn't it? Took an incredible amount of work to get it running again. Now I'm hoping it'll all be worth it. Place the crystal in the central apparatus, and we can start the process for focusing it.
You literally sounded like the pacer, the fitness gram pacer test right there. Honestly, that was the vibe I got from that. It was a total change in mood. Alright, focus. Oh, wait, we gotta... I remember what you gotta do. You gotta... Honestly, which one is it and where? Alright, does that correspond, or do I need to chill it a little bit more? That seems right. Hope this one is the lower ring. Good. The upper ring's already attuned.
Finally going to pay off. What's this? These results, they're not at all what they should be. This projection should be lit up like the night sky. Something is tracking an incredible amount of interference. Something in Winterhold, it looks like. What are you playing at? Is this some attempt to stall my work? So what is it? What have you done? Did you know what we were attempting? Are you here to make sure your plan worked? That our efforts have been for nothing? Well, explain yourself. You show up here just as our work nears completion. Do you think me a fool? How did you do it? Either you're lying to me, or you have something at your college, don't you? Something immensely powerful, beyond anything I've anticipated. Well, I suppose if that means what I think it does. Well, that's interesting. Yes, the staff. Interesting. I can't explain the details. That would be giving away many secrets the Synod have learned over the years. Also, I doubt you'd be able to comprehend the details. Have you seen the orrery in the Imperial City? It was the inspiration for this idea. Instead of projecting the sky, we project all of Tamriel, and then harness the latent energies to overlay the positions of... What's important is that all of this work was designed to reveal to us sources of great magical power. Purely to help safeguard the Empire, of course. And yet, in the end, only 2 locations have been revealed to us. One is your college. The other, well, that can only be Labyrinthian. So, mage from Winterhold, even if all you've said here is lies, so fine. Trudge off to Labyrinthian and this is not over. I assure you. Well, I mean, yes. The council will be informed of this. They will find out what you're up to.
So here's my question. If this map is just supposed to overlay stuff,
go then, back to your college.
Why does it show the boundaries of the provinces of Tamriel? Like, wouldn't it just show the mountains? Why is it showing the borders?
You got what you came for, didn't you? Go then, back to your college. I think we're done.
Like, that just doesn't make sense. Unless someone took the focusing crystal and was like, yeah, let's just draw in the borders while we're at it. Might as well. Right.
You have done well thus far, but trying times are ahead. It is imperative that you return to your college at once. You will be called on to take swift action. Rise to the challenge and discover what you are capable of. You are on the right path, and you will prevail.
I'm gonna go take a nap. Alright, where's Pines Grove? I need to use their inn. Ah, yes. A door, and then another door. That didn't take too long. Not an hour. Maybe approaching an hour. Certainly could be an hour if you were grabbing more stuff than I was, but didn't take too long. Lately, I don't think my health has gone down even close to maybe a quarter. Might have dropped to at least a quarter, but I don't think it's gone below 60% in a while. Certainly not today. That's good. I like it. I like it to stay that way. long have we been? 3 hours and 50 minutes, basically. Yeah, let's get a wrap on this. Well, 3 hours and 50 minutes is the slotted time allowed for a single dwarven ruin, in my opinion. So I think we did that in record time. Safe and sound.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out. Poor Rogie. If you're feeling charitable, buy the Nordham mead. He's good for it. Sure thing. It's yours. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Let me guess. No, not that one.
Yeah.
This one. Nice.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
All right. Well, that's a wrap on that. Honestly, just another day.
I hope you'll stay for a bit. We could certainly use the business.
They're just going to talk over me, but I'm certainly glad to have another one under my belt.
Well, this is really quite a nice town when you get down to it. Just look at the view.
Well, all I can say at this point is see ya. Another day, another not dead experience. Still alive somehow. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.